Smoke Signals. The genre of this film was comedy and drama. Smoke Signals is a movie directed by Chris Eyre, and it was very funny and entertaining, and also had a clear message to the audience. The story begins with a scene of two boys called Victor and Thomas. Thomas was being saved by Victor's father, Arnold Joseph, by a house fire that he started while drunk. As Arnold continued to drink, he eventually got kicked out of the house by his wife and moved to Phoenix. This was when the main conflict begins. As time progresses, Victor learns that his father has died and he must go to Phoenix to receive his dad's ashes. But he cannot pay for the trip himself, so he is forced to accept Thomas's offer for paying for the whole trip, but must come alongside him. Throughout the whole trip, Victor was showing hatred towards his father because he left him and did not return, or even bother giving a phone call. As Victor finally arrived to Phoenix, the woman giving Victor his ashes told Victor how good of a man his father was. And at this moment, Victor started to have positive memories of him and his father, and he finally decided to forgive him. So in the movie, there was many scenes that were stereotypical towards Native Americans. An example of a scene that portrayed this is when Victor was trying to teach Thomas how to be a stereotypical true Indian. Link in the description below if you want to see that video. But in the video, Victor told Thomas that in order to be a true Indian, he must look mean. He must look like a warrior, must look like they just came back from killing a buffalo. This clip shows the savage-like stereotypes that white people betray towards Native Americans, and of course, this does not apply towards most Native Americans, as shown in the clip by Thomas's response. Thomas responded that his tribe were fishermen and were not warriors that were killing buffaloes. Another scene in the film that was stereotypical towards Native Americans was when the two native girls, were driving backwards. And link in the description below if you want to see that video. So in this clip, the two native girls' car transmission is gone. So this limits the movement of the car, making it only be able to move backwards. So this stereotypically symbolizes the survival skills of the Indian people. That even without money, they can still make do with what they got. The soundtrack in the movie was used very well, I felt. The soundtrack made the audience feel certain emotions during certain parts of the movie. When the movie displayed a depressing scene, the music in the background was depressing, and vice versa. For example, near the end of the movie, when Victor finally forgave his dad, the song Father and Farther started playing. This was a happy song that sent the message of forgiveness and the value of the parent to the audience. Despite the soundtrack being very good, I felt that the camera work was pretty poor. I do not think it was shot to its maximal potential. To me, it did not look like a professional movie. But the camera work did show some significance to the Native Americans. The movie was constantly changing angles to show flashbacks and show the future. This shows the native culture of life just being one big circle. So, despite the camera work, I feel that the movie was still enjoyable, very good movie, and it had a very clear message of forgiving and forgetting the negatives an individual has done to you. And by doing this, you will feel a sign of relief and happiness rather than holding unnecessary anger for the rest of your life. I feel that everyone should watch this movie because the message is going to be useful to everyone. Thank you.